This is the presupposition here that evolution is correct, regardless of all the facts.
Right. Facts like homologous structures, vestigial organs, fossils in the geologic record, observed instances of speciation, genetic homologs, indigenous retroviruses, radiometric dating, etc.
Just because it has thumbs, like ours, doesn't mean it's related to us. I mean, the designer who created the thumb, wouldn't you think he would give Ida a thumb in order to climb trees like she's supposed to? She's a lemur.
Just because a man and child look alike doesn't mean they're father and son. They could both be created by the same Venusian space gnome.
So when you look at this picture, and this picture does not look like a human foot in any way, okay? This is so different from a human foot. Human foots don't have these long finger bones here, these long toe bones, and this thumb off to the side. This is primate stuff, okay? This is hanging from your feet, okay? Hanging from your feet.
Well, let's see. Phalanges, metatarsals, cuneiforms, navicular. The lemur paw is positioned so you can't see if it has a talus. Calcaneus, cuboid, so we've confirmed that it has just about every foot bone that we have. So, what of the differences between these feet? Lemur phalanges were, by proportion, much longer than human phalanges. The lemur big toe is also far separated from the other toes, to the point where it can act as a thumb. Okay. Hypothetically, if humans did not share an ancestor with this lemur, then we should not be able to find a structure homologous to both, with a shorter phalanges, a big toe less removed from the other toes. Oops. The chimp possesses this very same structure. In terms of ancestry, then, we lost the divergent toe somewhere between Naucalopithecus nakayamai and Australopithecus africanus. Longer toes were probably lost as the primate grew larger. With bigger hands and feet, it didn't need the additional digit length to get a good grip on the branches. As to losing the big toe division, it likely happened when our ancestors were forced out of the trees, becoming creatures of the plains. This happened either due to the spread of the species to new areas, or possible natural deforestation. Without the forest surroundings, the prehensile toe became useless. Because of the flat surroundings, a good view of the area is helpful, hence upright stature was selected for.
Okay, right after the big lie, you bring in the expert. And remember, a doctor, okay, with a foreign accent. Anytime you have a doctor with a foreign accent, you know they're telling you the truth, right?
Well, that was interesting. You used a straw man argument to represent the documentary as an appeal to authority, which, naturally, it isn't, since they actually are authorities on that subject.
Did you hear that? The link until now is missing? You know, see, this is what I've been saying for years, that the atheists are standing on a sinking sand. Their links are not links at all, and neither is this one. But he seems to think that it is a link. It's a link because it's got a thumb and thumbnails. Just because it's got thumbnails doesn't mean it's a link.
That was an appeal to ridicule fallacy. Their judgment was based on a hell of a lot more than thumbs, if you'd care to read the peer-reviewed literature.
Okay, and there are no peer reviews, just BAM! Media blitz!
No. Please familiarize yourself with the article Complete Primate Skeleton from the Middle Eocene of Messel in Germany, Morphology and Paleobiology. It's in PLOS 1. That's the article you're looking for. It was published over a week ago, and it's an open access journal, so really you have no excuse whatsoever for not knowing about it.
This is money-making venture, and you atheists out there, you make an issue out of people of faith actually selling a particular DVD or something, or asking for donations for their ministry.
Wrong. I really don't care about Christians screwing other Christians. We just get annoyed by hypocrisy. Like people saying, I'm not going to ask for donations, then turning around and making their YouTube channel dedicated to raising money. And that wasn't a shot at you, that was a shot at PCS.
This is the moment he cast eyes on the anthropological equivalent of the Holy Grail.
Oh, this is the best fossil and rarest fossil worldwide.
The anthropological equivalent to the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail. I mean, I've been saying in my videos that atheism, natural selection, natural humanism, this whole evolutionary schema has become a church.
Quote mining, believe it or not. In the narrator's context, Holy Grail means sought after, not worshipped.
A 2-year period, they've been scrutinizing this and picking at it and possibly altering it.
That's why we have peer review, so others can ascertain the veracity of their find. Fraudsters have been found out before.
Even test her last meal. Even test her last meal. You've tested it and found out she was eating nuts and berries. Nuts and berries. Yes, her and all the other little creatures that were found alongside her. But they never tell you that they found creatures alongside her like bugs and beetles and frogs and bats. All alive today. That's right, in the same strata. But they never mention that. So the bugs that we have today match the bugs that have been encased in sedimentary layers. And the same frogs that we have today are found in the same area that this lemur was found. They never mention that.
Well, that lemur is 47 million years old. Bats evolved 3 to 5 million years before that. Beetles evolved about 100 million years before bats. Frogs evolved about 100 million years before beetles. And insects first appeared about 150 million years before frogs. As such, while it is true to say that these creatures were found in the same strata, and they were, it's disingenuous to imply that this somehow disproves evolution.
And she ate nuts and berries before she laid her life down for preservation. She breathed in carbon dioxide and then fell into the pool in a drunken gaseous stupor, and then slowly fell to the bottom of the lake. And then millions of years, the sediment layers developed a protective cushion over her body, and she was preserved.
Adding the silly accent makes this appeal to ridicule.
Actually, what we see here is we see a lemur that is wonderfully preserved with the contents of her stomach. This is a testament to the rapid burial mechanism and the fact that the Bible is true. The Bible is true. Fossils are a testament to the Great Flood.
According to the Noah's Ark story, men were alive when this deluge happened. Guess what? Even though we found nuts, berries, beetles, insects, frogs, and bats in that strata, guess what we haven't found? Humans. Not one. Lastly, no signs of major flooding have been found in the geological record in that area.